Limgrave with a Tree Sentinel with a +0. That one's always fun to see what the players do because you're always like, oh, they're gonna do it, so I'm not gonna do it, and then they end up not doing it, and then you're like, okay, well, do I go do it now? And then you're like, oh my gosh.
Right, yeah, exactly. I'm definitely curious. There's a little bit of synergy here as well with 5 bosses with Tree in their name and Tree Sentinel. So I do think that it's a bit more of a priority. Cracked Pots is going to be huge. I'm assuming both of them are going to go with that Cracked Pot keepsake to make sure they can have a leading start on that square. This is very interesting board. I like this board a lot.
Yep. Very cool.
We have 2 Remembrance squares this time as well. We have Incants and Daggers, Claws, or Fists only. So this is going to be interesting to see as well, like who goes for Godric with Incants, who goes for Godric with Fist Weapons, or maybe someone gets both of them and they go with like a Fist Weapon on Radon and they go with Incants on Godric, for example. So this is going to be really, really fun to see, for sure.
We do have Morgoth. We do have Smithing Stone +12, which is an Altus thing, I think, mostly, usually. Blackblade Kindred. Dude, this is like a little bit of an intense board. A lot of fighting, a lot of enemies, a lot of bosses. It's just unfortunate that the middle square had to be the most lame one out of all of these. But that's okay. We got some cool stuff going on too.
It's not that lame. I mean, it's definitely not the action that we were hoping for. But you do have to kill Red Wolf at the very least to even get there. To get one of the imbued sword keys. But the cool thing here is that both are going with different classes. And I think that's going to be
fun.
Very interesting to see. Zoodle going with the Great Stars, and then Bushy going with the Golden Halberd.
Okay, so the Golden Halberd we all know and love. What about that one that Zoodle is doing? Where do you get that, and is it a good weapon?
The Great Stars, I believe you get from Magnus himself, I'm pretty sure. It is a smithing weapon. So smithing +12 being on the board, that's actually not bad at all. And on hit, you do heal a little bit. So it's got a little nice effect to it as well.
Does it bleed at all?
Yes.
That looks like it would make someone bleed. Yeah.
The only thing is that he doesn't have the stats for it right away, so he's kind of... I guess they're both kind of giving up Tree Sentinel early on for later.
Interesting. Yeah, which is fun compared to the previous bingo, because you don't usually see that because the weapon is a good weapon to start with. So very cool. A little bit of a mix-up.
Yeah.
And here we go. Zoodle immediately got his eyebrows in that game face position. Love to see it.
It's gonna be very interesting to see both of them opening the door at the same time as well. I love it when players are in sync. It's so cool to see.
Yeah.
Once Zoodle does get some Ashes of War, would be really, really nice to see him change that from Endure maybe to something else. He could easily go for the Cragblade, which is in Kaled. That would be really, really nice on the Great Mace, to be honest, putting Cragblade on there. Lots of nice damage and nice poise damage too. For people that don't know, by the way, Cragblade is an Ash of War that adds pretty much like some, I'm gonna call it cement. It puts like extra dirt padding or rock padding onto your weapon, which increases physical damage and poise damage.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
That's always useful to have. That sort of just raw damage and strength.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. So what do you think here? So did they start with the cracked pots? Did you catch that?
Looks like actually that Bushy started with the Lance Between rune, and I believe Zoodle might have started with the cracked pots here. I'm surprised that Bushy didn't start with the cracked pots. So we'll see how that turns out. You can definitely rush it if you really wanted to. You can grab 3 cracked pots from Kale, then you can go to Jarberg and grab another, I believe, 4? 3? 3. It's 2 ritual pots and 3 cracked pots, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, you can...
Yeah.
A lot of different options here.
Yeah. I will say it's probably different this season because you have that starting time to look at the board, but last season, more than once, including with myself, it's happened where you just don't see that square because you have to start so quickly and immediately get started. So I was going to say maybe that, but probably not, just because you do have that starting time.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just willing to give that up. He doesn't really care about it that much, and that's okay.
I do really like that we have prep time to be honest, for the
Do you like
players.
that?
Yeah, because it's not just. I think it allows the players to kind of think about what they're doing a little bit more, but also allows us on the commentating side to like, observe the board a little bit more as well, and kind of give our thoughts before everything goes crazy.
Yeah, yeah, very true. Okay, so Zoodle is headed to that Grace a little bit south of Gatefront. Can you get Torrent from that Grace?
Yep. Yeah. So they both are at the Grace where you can get Torrent. You can get them here or at the Gatefront, which Bushy is at. Both of them activate Melina regardless.
Cool.
Or Melina.
Beautiful. They're very in sync, I would say.
Yeah.
Just exactly. Yeah.
And both of them also skipped the Kali Grace, by the way, too.
Is there so about the crafting kit and all that stuff? That is all vanilla, is it?
That is all vanilla,
Like,
correct? Yeah.
Only the weapons are randomized and sorceries and incants and all that.
Right.
Okay. So interesting. I mean, maybe they just don't think they need it, I guess.
Zoodle checking the greatsword. I have not seen a lot of players do this for some reason. I do think it is a worthwhile check because sometimes you can get the Alabaster Lord sword for there, for example. There's some other greatswords that are worth checking for sure. So Zoodle checking that and going straight for Stormhill Shack here.
Okay,
Possibly
cool.
prepping the Grace for Margit later on. Maybe going for a Learner right away. And then Bushy going the opposite direction. Taking the Spirit Spring here and going to near the Physic. I think is his plan. So we'll see.
Okay, yeah. Do we have... So this board is very not collectathon, as we would say. There's the sword keys, there's web blades, and the smithing stone, I guess. We do have the Sacred Flash Charge again, but for the most part, this is not much of a collectathon board like it sometimes is. A lot of action, so I would say some damage would be great.
Yeah.
Really focus on upgrading your weapons. Make sure you have that output. Make sure you have the health that you think you need to not get one shot and have an unfortunate incident.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I do really like when you have a smithing weapon and you can work with that smithing plus 12. It's just a strong weapon, and you obviously get a nice little corner square there. And so I wonder if either of them are going to prioritize that. Maybe they're waiting until they see if they find a weapon they prefer.
I mean, Zoodle already has a really strong smithing weapon, and he is going to Liurnia right now, so he might be already considering just rushing smithing plus 12 on his great stars. Because honestly, a plus 12, plus 12 great stars could be good for the whole match.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I can totally see him doing that. I wonder if Limgrave Tree Sentinel is gonna get done at all this game. Be curious if it just didn't. That'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, like with the new starting classes and weapon randomizer, it's definitely been the rushable squares have turned into maybes pretty much, which is so interesting to see. Like compared to season 1, where it was pretty much like a must-have, learn how to use the Uchi to its fullest kind of a thing.
Yes, yeah. So yeah, let's talk about the smithing stone plus 12 square because from what I remember, typically I would like eventually head over to Altus in that tunnel where you get that bell bearing for it.
Yeah.
So is that what you think Zoodle has planned as well? I don't know where you collect the individual squares. I don't know if that's super time consuming.
Well, glad you asked there, Parky, because we can use the handy dandy map here. I can show you guys where exactly to collect all these cool and fun little smithing stones. Let's see here. So we do have gazebos. So these gazebos here, which are these circular things on the board. We got this gazebo. We got this gazebo. Sorry, that's a horrible circle.
Very nice.
Got that gazebo. We have this one over here as well. And then we got this one. So then we have another gazebo. Right past this dragon here is going to be a smithing 3 gazebo. And then another smithing 2 gazebo right here. So most of these are going to be smithing 2s. 2 of these are smithing 3s, I believe. and they all are an amount of 3 in this case. So you can get easy 12 smithing 2s on the way. You can get some smithing 3s. You can get the rest of the smithing 3s as well while you go through the precipice. If you go through the precipice, you can also grab some smithing 4s on top of that. So you wouldn't even have to go for the bell bearing, because once you're done with the precipice and have access to Altus, you would have most of the smithing 4s, and you can grab some of them even around Altus instead of having to go for the bell bearings. It saves you time.
Interesting. So that would just require Zoodle to know all those locations. Yep. It seems like maybe he does.
It looks like he is going for some of them at the very least. Maybe some weapon checks.
Yeah. Yep.
And Bushy died to Tree Sentinel.
Unfortunate. But he is contesting that +0. I can see him going back there and trying again.
Yep.
He probably can assume Zoodle's not doing it, I feel like. So we'll see what happens. What is our situation with Altus here? We have Magnus, which is from Altus. We have Raya, which ends in Altus. We have
Morgoth's Great Rune, Gold 3, Finger Slayer Blade, Elemer of the Briar.
Oh yeah.
So there's some Altus stuff here.
Sacred Flask charges are big for that too.
Yeah, that too. I do think that the nice Magnus into Elemer is actually really, really nice in this case, because they're kind of close to each other. I could show in just a second here. I'm going to try and focus on this fight here real quick with Bushy fighting the Tree Sentinel. That slam down attack, you can actually jump that, which is really, really nice. So if you kind of if you strafe around a little bit and then do like a side jump, you can actually get a jumping R2 off instead, trying to punish the boss as much as possible in between attacks. But it looks like he might have this in the bag. Yeah, that one right there. If you just jump instead, you can then get a jumping R2. But obviously that it does take a lot of practice, like knowing the timings of these things.
Yeah.
I should have this though soon. One more charging on 2 should do it. Okay.
Domo, you should know not to say those things.
Oh, he is still alive, breaking the church.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, very nice.
Domo did not curse him there, but should definitely
would have been funny.
Be careful.
So let's see here. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, so Magnus. So when it comes to Magnus and Elemer, obviously Elemer is in the shaded castle, which is right up here on the map, but Magnus is right here. So if you take the pathway from Altus and you go all the way through here, take the Spirit Spring up real quick, grab the Grace if you want to at Mount Gelmir. And then go straight to Magnus, and then take the Grace back, jump down. You can go straight to Shea Castle right afterwards. It's pretty cool. It's very useful. Well, I can't really see.
That seems really nice. That routing. I was gonna say that castle is so out of the way. I always hated Elmer, but yeah, I guess it's not really if you're gonna go for that too.
Yeah, it's not too bad. And Bushy missing the bridge skip here now, and it looks like that Zoodle is actually fighting the Royal Revenant early on with the sacrificial axe. Very interesting. I wonder why he picked the sacrifice. He just needs a weapon at this point, so he went with that one.
Yeah, that was a greedy little heal there.
Yeah, he got stuck on the wall there too, getting pancaked.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he'll go back and try that again. Revenant is hard if you don't have much damage and you get a little stuck in his arm attack.
Yeah.
It's not super great.
Like a spider.
Yeah, did Zoodle not have that Grace, or did he just teleport away? What just happened?
I think he took the Stake of America, and he's going to go for money now instead. Going to use the Kukris here on the balloons to, I guess, get some extra money to use the Great Mace rather than using the Sacrificial Axe, because the Sacrificial Axe is not great in any case. Yeah, not as great as the Great Stars. Sorry.
That's a good call. Like we said, sometimes you have to know when you should upgrade, and you could be the best player in the world, never get hit. But if you don't have damage, the fight's still gonna take forever. So good call on him to take some time to do that.
Boom, boom, boom. So let's see here. So it looks like that Bushy is gonna go into Liurnia now as well. I wonder what he's gonna focus on. He's got a lot of different options here. He's got. It's kind of interesting. They both kind of just completely skip over the killer remembrance boss with daggers, claws, or fists, because you can definitely go for that square early on when you go for the claw or fist drops, either at round table or past Gostock. There are 2 drops that you can go for, but it is a little bit of a dead end square too, because you don't really have anything that really progresses anything else on the board. But it is a lot of money, because you do get 20,000 from killing Godric and another 20,000 from Remembrance. You're looking at 40,000. That's a lot of cash to be able to level yourself or go for upgrades. You can easily get a +4 Somber weapon right after that fight. It does prep you for the rest of the board, I would say, in that case. I wouldn't necessarily shy away from that. And row 3 ain't that bad. Ain't that bad. So, we'll see. And another Revenant fight here from Zoodle, by the way, using the Great Mace now. Is usable. Trying to get a stagger, potentially stuck on the wall yet again. Does get slapped around a little bit. Does get a heal, though.
Okay.
Guess an R1.
The damage isn't incredible. Hopefully he can pull through.
Yep. Poison attack here, which is nice. Does get the stagger. Doesn't get the riposte, though.
Unfortunate.
Very finicky on the Revenant. The riposte is really, really weird. And the window is extremely short.
Oh, this is a crazy fight when it lasts a long time. Not the poison.
Yeah. Does get poisoned here.
Oh gosh. If it were me on that one, I feel like this is just not worth it right now. I feel like I would turn off of that and come back when you have more damage.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he's focusing the Revenant right away. It's not a corner square. It is not really an important location anywhere. There isn't Liguria bosses on the board either. You don't really get anything from killing the Revenant besides a short sword in the chest afterwards.
Yeah, interesting choice. But okay, so Bushy is headed to Round Table. No, he's not. Never mind.
And here's a teleport from that Revenant, by the way, and poison afterwards. He does get the stagger here. Doesn't get the riposte. He does not get the riposte yet again. Like I said, very short window, very annoying to deal with. He could try and get another charge or 2 off, but yeah, no, Revenant is just going to...
Yeah. I'm curious why he's pushing. I think ideally he would get off of this before he puts too much time in.
Yeah, I'm not
and he
sure.
Already has the grace, so it might as well just do it later. But he's stubborn about it. Not the first time we've seen that, and hopefully he gets it this time.
In any case, honestly, if I were Zoodle, I'd go for that +12 smithing and then go back and then smack the hell out of this boss.
Yeah.
That would be the best case scenario in here. Also, I'm not sure why he's doing a jumping R2 rather than going for a charged R2. You do have enough time to actually do that. Plus, if you want to be extra suave in this case. Oh, he does get the riposte this time.
He gets that riposte. That's not bad.
You can actually run behind the Revenant when it spawns in, and then it has to turn around first before it hits you, so you can get an extra charged R2 off and then an R1, for example. Jumping R2 does miss, sadly, here. I really wonder what they were thinking when they made this damn thing. Like, who had a bad dream and then came into
And he
work?
also doesn't need to have poison too. Like, why does he have poison also? But whatever.
I mean, probably one of the other stomachs that the Revenant has grafted to itself maybe was from like a poison slug or something. I don't know.
Right. But yeah, as you were saying, if you ever are considering doing a line where there is something like related to healing, like upgrading your Estus or something related to upgrading your weapon, it's always a really good move to try and get that first. Just so that you have a little bit of a pillow to help you fight the bosses. And like we said, you can rush things all you want, but with low damage and low health, it's just not worth the risk. You can be the world's best no-hit player, but it's just like...
Yeah, there's nothing really... It's not really contested or anything. There's no real reason to force it so early. He did pivot off, though, here, and he's going to go into Raya Lucaria now. And let's see. I wonder if they're both going to be trying and force imbued sword keys instead.
Yeah.
That would be a decent play. It is a center square. You can grab Somber 3 here as well on the inside. Bushy skips it, just goes straight for the elevator afterwards.
Interesting choice.
Yeah, I would.
I feel like that would have been good to get. He has a 700. runes.
One of his fans just came out of the graveyard and wanted to give him a huge hug.
Oh wow.
Saying,
Suffering
hey,
from success.
TwitchCon showing up a little early. People trying to give Bushy some hugs here and there.
Okay, so yeah, it looks like they're headed for. Oh no, Zoodle, no.
Okay, he's good. He's good. He's good.
Looks like they're headed for about the same things. So do you think that these Burger King guys, do you think at all in the creation process of these enemies, they thought, hey, this kind of looks like the Burger King head?
Maybe. You know, you draw inspiration from a lot of different things when you're trying to be creative. So maybe they just had, a really long day at work and someone's like, you know what? I'd be really down for some Burger King right now. And the other guys, you know what? That's a great idea. How about we make Burger King people as a little bit of a nod to Burger King saving our lunch day for
You know what? That sounds extremely plausible. I bet you that happened.
Well, homage,
So he just grabbed a crystal dart? Is that what that says? Yeah. Interesting. What do you think he might be using that for? I don't really have much experience with crystal darts.
The watchdogs, which are on the board here, because the duo watchdog fight. So if you have crystal darts, anything that's considered, it's hard to explain. Like anything that is pretty much, like a rock creature. So imps, watchdogs, golems.
Gargoyles, would they be in that?
Gargoyles would not be in that because they're made out of human parts. In that case, they're not made out of rock.
What?
Yeah.
They're totally made of rock. They look like rock.
They're made out of like human parts put on like a skeleton pretty much and like wax. Yeah.
Ew. I thought they were like made of like concrete.
No, if you really look close to one of the Valiant Gargoyles, they have like half a jaw on one of their sides that's just like sticking it with like teeth. So yeah, they're made of like humans pretty much. Or people in this case. But yeah, so anything that is like a rock moving or statue moving thing would be affected by crystal darts and would start attacking other things other than yourself. But if you are crystal darting something that is by itself, it will still attack you.
Okay. So what is this damage looking like? So Bushy's damage is a lot nicer.
Yeah, I mean, it is a somber weapon. Plus, I mean, Golden Valve does buff your damage as well in this case, so he does have a little bit of a damage advantage. And Zoodle getting a little case of rabies here potentially from Red Wolf after so many bites. He's got to be a little careful here. Is kind of running out of healing. One more bite. Bushy.
Nice little jump there.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, he can roll through this. Oh, okay, that was so close. Holy shit.
His damage is just not looking great. And I missed that. So Bushy died, or did he kill the dog?
No, he got Red Wolf here, but he is pivoting out.
And then teleported
looks like he's going straight to EG in this case, going for those upgrades. And there is that riposte, by the way, that Zoodle missed, as we talked about when it comes to Red Wolf riposting. You have to back off a little bit and then go for that riposte window, not like be right into the shoulder, because then you just hit the dog instead and then it'll wake up. So.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. I'm surprised no one has checked Corhin yet. If they want to do Royal Revenant, you can just go for a heal spell. And that'll make Royal Revenant just way easier in that case.
Yeah, I'm curious if they wouldn't. But I just feel like, I mean, it's worth a check. It's not even that hard to look. But yeah, GG's to Zoodle on that Red Wolf kill. He's got some money. Is he going to use it?
Yeah, I'm not sure. But at the very least, now he has access to the Wet Blade and he has access to the Imbued Sword Key. And looking at, Bushy is not currently going for either of those. This could be really good for Zoodle, getting some presence on the board potentially, getting some prep done. Where the hell is he going?
Is that a check for something?
Crackpot. Oh, very nice. Okay.
Oh, I didn't even know there was a cracked pot there.
I forgot. I'll be honest.
Wow. Okay.
That's not a very common crackpot check, to be honest.
Right.
But hey, it's still a great pickup for sure. So gotta make sure that he
Yeah.
doesn't get blasted here. There's also the
Come on,
shotgun
come on.
mage. Oh, he doesn't pick
He
it
missed
up.
yeah. Oh, I know it all too well. It hurts, dude. Yeah, unfortunate. He'd get a little heal up and then go back in. You got this, dude. You got to look at his face. And there's Bushy upgrading to a +4 halberd. Really nice. That's gonna be your strong weapon.
The sorcerer bounce are just not letting him in either.
That's alright. He pulled it off.
Yeah. Yeah, +4 for Bushy is gonna be huge for sure.
Yeah, really nice. He's gonna melt. And there he is on that revenant. Okay. Good thing Bushy switched off. I bet you. I mean Zoodle. Good thing he switched off. That wasn't the right move for that damage he was doing.
I don't even think this is the right move for Bushy. Even though he has a +4 halberd, I don't even think this is the right move to go for this revenant either right now. There's no real reason to go for it. And this is huge for Zoodle in this case because he gets a little bit of extra time to get these imbued sword keys and wet blades, and that would create way more pressure for that diagonal.
Yeah, I'm curious why both of them were drawn to the Royal Revenant. Maybe they just thought, quick, easy square. Let's do some majority action. I'm not sure.
He's got to be really careful here. Zoodle's playing with fire right now. Okay. Okay, he's good. No, this is what I was talking about yesterday. That archer that can be devastating for that ladder. It can be really, really annoying. But Zoodle does get past him here. It's got to be careful getting glintstone sharded. There we go. Very nice. Bushy making his way over to Carrion Manor. There is Blue Loretta on the map here. Corner square, bottom right. So this is something that Bushy could be going for if he really wanted to. This is the first imbued sword key for Zoodle.
Okay, all right, good pick up.
Quit out. But he could have... there is a smithing stone here. So the tower across, you can jump across at the corner piece. I think it's a smithing 3. Could have saved himself a little bit of time because he's going to go for a smithing 12 possibly anyways. Could have jumped across, grabbed that smithing stone, and then poured it out.
Zoodle doesn't really seem too concerned at all about upgrading his weapon right now.
Yeah.
I'm curious what he's doing here. Fighting Renala? Hopefully not with that damage.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is there a reason why you'd want to use that teleport?
Jarberg, actually. So this would actually be really effective for Zoodle as Jarberg.
Yeah. Okay, makes sense then. That's not a bad move.
Yeah, corner square again. So yeah, Zoodle doing actually a lot of prep here. I think it's actually really good for him. Bushy rushing Loretta right now. Okay, so all right. These are like really interesting square choices. I'm really intrigued right now.
Yeah, Bushy seems like he's not concerned about a bingo and he cares just more about the majority and just knocking out fast squares as fast as possible.
Yeah.
On the bright side of that, that does give Zoodle a chance to just work on his own thing. And do some prep work and then just knock a bunch of squares out really quickly eventually. So this is really anyone's game still. I mean, it's only 25 minutes in, just really different plays here.
Yeah. I'm definitely curious as to what Bushy is thinking. Yeah, I think he's just trying to force majority from the get-go.
Yeah.
Going for like a scatter shot play of just getting random squares on the board. It looks like Zoodle is going for that other imbued sword key now at the Tower of the Belfries, going to the dragon alcove, I guess you could call that, going past that and then towards the towers here. You know, it's one thing that I'm surprised by is that there isn't a teleporter that takes you straight to the towers. Like, it's just such a unique location for some reason.
Maybe they really wanted you to look at the scenery, smell the roses a little bit.
Yeah, I love smelling lobsters and these weird freaks that try to jump on me with their horse and smoke bomb me. That's
I love it too.
These guys right here, they just freak out and try to jump on you.
Yeah, that's actually the smell of my perfume, so
nice Loretta fight here though by Bushy.
Yeah. So yeah, he's got that Loretta. I mean, I guess he does kind of have
Oh,
column 4 going a little bit. I need to take a look at what else on that board. Well, to be honest, I wouldn't say column 4 has extreme synergy, but I also wouldn't say it's like the hardest line ever. Maybe he is doing a little majority, but also focus on column 4 action. I don't know.
it does not sound like Bushy to me, if I'm being honest. Bushy does not like going for bingos. I'm not sure why, but from what I've learned anyways, playing against him and watching him, it always looks like he's going for something, but then he doesn't, as pretty much the consensus on that.
Yeah, just throwing darts at the board, see what hits.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But I don't know. Maybe he changes his playstyle mid-season. It's like I'm just gonna force bingos now. That would be a pretty smart move, anyways, to like start changing your playstyle so people can't figure out what the hell you're doing.
Yeah, I do think bingo is more fun to get, but to play devil's advocate there, when you play majority like what Bushy is doing, you as Zoodle have no idea what he's gonna do next. You have no idea what's going on. You can't even guess. I mean, the only thing he knows is that Bushy has Loretta. He's done Cario Manor. I don't know, whatever. Not much more to it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of tough, lack of knowledge there.
Yeah, it looks like that Zoodle from his playstyle right now is looking like he is a prepper, just like me. He is prepping smithing stones. He's prepping wet blades, imbued sword keys.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of things currently in his pocket, and possibly trying to just scatter or a shotgun at some point and get all of them done at the same time, and crackpots in this case too.
Yeah, which is not necessarily a bad move. I think in order to do something like that, you need to know your opponent a little bit, see kind of are they the type to try and also do that, or are they the type to just boom, 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 whatever. In Zoodle's case here, it seems like it's gonna work out for him. I think. I don't know. I really have no predictions on how this is gonna go. It's just really, each of them are doing their own thing. Maybe it just comes down to who does their own thing fastest.
Yeah.
Really interesting difference of play styles here, as we thought we were gonna see.
Yeah, and interesting here is that Zoodle's gonna go and prep Volcano Manor now, or at the very least prep Raya's hand to Volcano Manor, by smacking Bogart in the head.
So he doesn't want to pay him. Is that why he's killing him here?
So you can't pay Bogart until you talk to Raya. So if you bump at him first before you talk to Raya, he just says that you should basically kick rocks.
Yes.
And so then you just beat him up to get the necklace back instead. But then once you talk to Raya, then he's like, hey, oh, you want this back? Well, you got to pay me.
Okay, very cool. That's a good move. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, gotta be careful. Oh, there he goes. Nice bleed proc.
And is Zoodle gonna get that weapon? I don't see it. Did he drop anything?
Yeah, Veteran's Prosthesis, which is also a fist weapon, by the way. So he could go for that square now that is Killer Remembrance boss with daggers, claws, or fists only. That is now on the board for him. Veteran's Prosthesis is not a bad weapon, to be honest.
One thing I'll say about the Killer Remembrance, when there's multiple on the board, it's fun that you get to pick and choose, but also it kind of locks you in to something else, because I mean, that's always going to be Godric, and unless there's something specific, Renala and Radon are usually kind of hard to do with these, and they're possible, people do them, but it's just not very fast or super easy.
Yeah.
So when you do one of those, it kind of lets your opponent know, I'm not going for that other one, that's wide open for you, and kind of gives them a little more hints.
Yep. It looks like
the good and bad for everything.
Bushy actually going the Makar route.
Okay.
Which is kind of interesting here. I wonder why. Definitely not a lot going on in Caelid besides Blackblade Kindred. So maybe he's just thinking, you know what, it's not worth for me to go to Caelid. It's not worth for me to go for Dectus in this case. I'm just going to go and do this instead. This way I can get Smithing Stones, in this case Smithing 4s. And maybe possibly pursue Smithing Stone 12 as well.
Yeah. That would be interesting. Yeah, I could see him doing that. So what about the Dragonkin? Is that one typically the one in Shifra, or is there another one that is viable at all?
For Ancestors?
For the Dragonkin soldier.
Oh, the one in Shifra, and then there's one in Angel River, which you can get to in Liurnia, which quick little map time here I can show you.
Okay.
Is going to be right over here. This little elevator takes you there. There's going to be a golem right in front of it. So this is where you take the teleporter to the Turtle Pope. And then once you just go down this road, go down the little landscape, and then you can get to that elevator here that takes you straight to Angel River with all the giant ants, and then the Dragonkin soldiers there. So.
Yeah, that one sucks. No one ever does that in bingos, do they?
Not really, no, because it's a huge time sink for sure.
And he's a little harder. That's the electric one, if I remember right.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, yep.
It's a bit of a tougher boss. What is fun about what Zoodle is doing here, whether you agree with his strat or not? Bushy has no idea where Zoodle is. Bushy has no clue what's going on. A little bit of a lack of knowledge on both ends. Neither of them know what's going on. Like I said, they're playing their own game, and they are absolutely committing to that. Really different than most of the bingos we've seen this weekend. Very, very interesting.
Yes, this would be his third imbued sword key, so at this point he will be giving away a little bit, but this is a center square for Zoodle as well, which is huge. This is huge.
Yeah, good for him for getting that one. And he does have one wet blade, or did he get the one in Gatefront as well?
Oh, Jesus, he actually scared me there. Oh, no, he died. Okay.
Oh, wait, what? That was weird.
Yeah, because Torrent died, pretty much.
Will he go back for the money, or does he not?
He's got a Stake of America here, so he should be fine.
Okay, cool.
Bushy getting yelled at by Meemaw Bat. She does not want anyone touching that ladder.
Yeah. Oh, she's such a good singer, though. I love that bat.
Yeah. Yeah, I really wonder why that's a thing. That I guess they're like sirens, I guess, where they sing really nicely, but they want to kill you.
Yeah. Oh no, Zoodle, did he get it? He did get it though. He did get it, which is good. He lost his money anyway. He's just gonna get out of Celia at this point, right? I don't think there's anything else he needs to do there.
No, not really.
So.
He can go ahead and like try and do other things now. He can go for Raya's Hand, Volcano Manor. He can start doing Wet Blade still. He could go for Cracked Pots. He's got that diagonal, you know.
Yeah, he's definitely cooking, and what I like to see, which is something that I struggled with a lot, but what I like to see in these players this season is they are committed, and you rarely see someone like still like, oh, should I do this or whatever, you know? They know what they're doing and they're committing, which is great. Sometimes it's the wrong move, but like committing and doing something is better than thinking in a fast-paced game like this. And Zoodle and Bushy both seem to be just going and committing to what they want to do, which, you know, I can respect both of them.
Yeah, a bit more confident in choices and everything. Yeah. I agree. Yep. So we'll have a Makar fight here, which we haven't seen all season, I believe, until now. I'm pretty sure. Maybe we had one more.
We did have one yesterday.
A Makar?
Didn't we?
Did we have Makar yesterday?
Yeah, Bree did him yesterday, yeah.
Oh. Really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, I remember being confused and being like, didn't she get Dectus? And then I was
old.
Like...
Yeah.
Yeah. But okay, we'll see how Bushy does here. I like to think Makar's not a horrible fight. Pretty easy if you know his simple moveset, as long as you don't get caught in the fire. He staggers easily too. I do like to do him with the bleed weapon though. He bleeds pretty nicely, but yeah, for the most part, I think Bushy should not have a horrible time with this.
Yeah, no, not at all. It's a very easy moveset to learn, and he's got a really nice damage. He's got a +4, I believe, Golden Halberd with Golden Vow, you know, active.
Oh, gorgeous. Yeah.
So that's a lot of damage. Then it gets the riposte. This might be dead, actually. Oh,
a little
close.
one phase action.
Very, very nice.
Beautiful, clean fight.
Beautiful iframes.
Nice.
For Makar.
Yeah, that's what you were talking about yesterday, that he's got a crazy stand-up time.
And he gets Bloodhound Fang.
Wow. I wonder if he will if he'll go for that at all, just because he spent a lot of money on his current weapon.
Yeah, Bloodhound Fang does have bleed. He could still use Golden Halberd for the Golden Vow in that
Golden
case.
Vow. But is it worth leveling up the Bloodhound Fang after he's already put time and money into the Halberd? The Halberd's not a bad weapon. I guess it just depends on the bosses he plans to fight, if they do bleed and all that.
Yeah.
But I do think in general his weapon at the level it is really good. If he doesn't need to, I don't know if it's necessary to level up. I don't know, unless you're gonna do Grail or something. I guess in that case Bloodhound Fang is useful. But dude, are we seeing Grail a lot in this season of Bingo?
No.
No, okay. So Zoodle is also here in this is Makar's tunnel?
Correct. This is the ruin-strewn precipice that he's grabbing all the smithing
grabbing
floors.
some smithing stones. Yep, that's good. That's very nice. And yeah, I guess, I mean, hopefully he gets that smithing stone plus 12, because Bushy hasn't been planning for that at all, I don't think. So I think Zoodle's got that as long as he gets what he needs. I hate the smithing stone weapons. I always get the bell bearings because I'm like, what do you mean I need 4 squares or 4 shards for this, and then 4 shards for this, and then 3 for this, and then 2 for this? Why though? Why that? I don't know. So I just like to keep it simple, get the bell bearings, no thoughts, just bell bearing. That's my motto.
It's just that, if you just go for the bell bearings, then, it does cost way more money. That's the only downfall, but yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess, yeah, my only experience was with the bingo where money wasn't as big of a problem as this one. So yeah, very true, something to consider.
Yeah. And yeah, it looks like, so they're both prepped now for Take Raya's Hand.
Oh, they're about even in that, right? Since Zoodle has already done all the necklace stuff.
Yes,
a little ahead
but
now?
Bushy is a little bit ahead because he already killed Makar, and Zoodle's still running through the tunnel here. So if
Zoodle's weapon.
Yeah, with Bushy already going straight to Altus now by having Makar done, he's already gonna get that Raya's Hand of Volcano Manor. So it looks like that he actually is forcing column 4 potentially.
Looking at column 4, yeah, that would be good for Zoodle if he was able to get Raya's Hand and block that. I mean, he is trying. The damage isn't great, but he does have bleed, as you said.
Yeah.
So maybe that'll work out for him. He does bleed pretty nicely.
What's going to be interesting is that they're both going to probably have an Ancestor Spirit race, because as soon as Bushy gets Raya's Hand of Volcano Manor and Zoodle tries to go for Smigstone plus 12, both of them want that Ancestor Spirit square because Zoodle wants that diagonal, and then Bushy wants that column 4.
Oh, very interesting. Okay, well, Bushy, all he has to do is just walk over to Raya right there, right? There's not much else that he can do to mess the square up.
Yeah, pretty much. She just has to go a little bit around, and then she's going to be in like the ruins, just standing there at a tree. I don't know why she's standing there, but she's just hanging out, just being like, "Oh, hey, what's up, dude? I've been just, I don't know, picking mushrooms or something." I don't.
Yeah, she's a bit of a weirdo just to begin with. Anyway, she's a snake, so maybe she just likes being in the nature.
She likes smelling stone cold buildings. I don't know.
Hey, to each their own.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a little weird that she's just behind the ruins here. Raya, what are you doing, girl?
Just collecting moss and putting it in her pocket.
Yeah. So if Zoodle does get this, if he was planning to get like, now that he sees the square, is he gonna quit out? Because Altus Axis would be good anyway, and he's already here.
Yeah, I would still do it. He doesn't have Dectus anyways. Like, what's the point? You're already here. You might as well just finish it. He does have Rot Grease, by the way, from Celia Tunnels. This might actually be really good for him. Oh, if he doesn't die! He quits out.
Oh, interesting choice to quit
Why is he quitting out, though? He wasted his Rot Grease.
I don't think it's a bad idea if he just left and came back when he had more damage when he decided to do Altus. I don't think that's a bad idea. Like, it's not like Makar is now a race anymore, right?
I mean, it looks like he's panicking a little bit here.
So it'll keep calm.
What is he going
Maybe
for?
he's going
He's Ancestor
for.
Spirit. He's rushing for Ancestor Spirit right now. 100%.
Okay. Yeah.
He's going for that elevator in the Mist Woods.
Yeah, that's a good choice, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, better to just get rid, like, take away the pressure from that column as soon as possible. But like his damage though. Can he upgrade it? I didn't really follow the stones he had. Can he upgrade it a little bit at least?
Yeah, he can. He can. He definitely has some of the stones for sure.
Okay, that's nice. That's good. Ancestor Spirit doesn't bleed, right? He's like a ghost.
I want to say no.
Okay, and so Ancestor Spirit is the one you go down and you have to go light all those flames.
Yep.
No,
huge time sink.
That is, I could do that 100 times. I will never remember where the last one is. Every single time I'm missing one. I mean, for bingo, I'm sure they have been memorized, but it's just, you're always
annoying.
like, what? I have one more to get. How? So yeah, and then plus he also reses. Is that the one who reses or
no?
Or like his... No,
yeah.
that's the other one.
This
Okay.
could be the basic one. Yeah.
Okay, so that's good at least. I mean,
he doesn't.
Not the hardest fight.
He doesn't res. He just heals.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
He just gets like the AOE heal. Yeah. Looks like that Bushy would be going for the smithing stones here first, anyways. So Zoodle does have priority when it comes to Ancestor Spirit. So that's at least good. So he's definitely gonna get a block here at the very least.
Yeah, giving up that Somber plus 12 is hard to do, but yeah, I mean, blocking this bingo is probably the most important thing. To be fair though, Bushy not pushing for Ancestor Spirit and Can't Only Remembrance boss kind of feels like he doesn't really care about the column anyway. Maybe he was just trying to put pressure to keep Zoodle busy while he can do other stuff.
Potentially.
Which is a smart move to do. Kind of a different version of that Valiant Gargoyle situation from last game. But yeah, I mean, does he have a smithing weapon?
I'm not sure, but he could just buy one. Wouldn't be the end of the world. And in this case, to be honest, I think he was also just making sure that like Zoodle, in case Zoodle was going for this, that he can still block that diagonal comfortably. Because if Zoodle did get this, and then let's say he did beat him to Ancestor, now it's looking pretty bad for Bushy in that case. So for him, it's just like a precaution of getting the square, just so he can take that column 4 in peace.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is what I like, this bell bearing. It's just easy. It's not, you don't have to look for it. It's just all reliable.
Yeah.
Just one little pickup.
No, I definitely agree.
So that's a good call for him. And he is an Altus. I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up going for Magnus if he knows that fight. But Magnus with low damage and low HP really sucks too. But Bushy has the damage, so oh, here's Zoodle on the infinite elevator.
A little bit of waiting on that one.
Yeah. And what's fun about this elevator is when you're in a bingo match or something like this and you just want to jump off the elevator early, sometimes you jump a little too early and die.
Yep, it's definitely happened to me too.
Oh god. Yeah, oh god, it hurts.
And looks like Bushy is actually going for the other bell bearing because he doesn't have enough.
Yeah.
Oh man, if Zoodle actually went for the smithing plus 12, he would have actually probably beaten Bushy to it instead of panicking and going straight for Ancestor. Oh, that's okay. A shame. That's a shame.
Yeah, and I mean, that's kind of what we were talking about too. Like, he would have had Smithing Stone plus 12 and then beat an Ancestor Spirit in like 2 seconds with that, as opposed to now it might be a bit more of a struggle.
Yeah.
Oof, I don't know.
At the very least, a Zoodle does get the block here, so that's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be cool. I wonder if either of them are comfortable with the incants. From what I remember, there was kind of like you'd always go catch flame typically or something similar to that, but I don't know. Now that everything's randomized, I'm curious. I'm not very familiar with incants, so I'm curious to see if either of them will contest that.
Yeah, they haven't even checked Corin yet, who has a lot of the incants to see like what the options are. I'm really curious as to what is available. as well in that case.
Is Corin, and he moves to Altus? I don't remember when, though. Is he going to be there for Bushy now, maybe?
No, you talk to him once you get to Altus, and he says, okay, I'm going to go travel out. And then when you port out, then he's going to move. I think you have to have a dialogue first with him at round table before he actually teleports.
Okay, interesting. Okay, so here goes Zoodle. Hopefully he knows the locations of the flames. I'm sure he does. But yeah, Ancestor Spear is just not a great one. It's not as bad as Estelle, but
yeah,
it's still not a fun time sink to do. And yeah, lucky for Bushy, he can just go do whatever he wants while Zoodle's doing that.
He's got 4
also,
more bonfires to go for as well.
Oh God, yeah, it's horrible. Maybe he's extremely good at Ancestor Spear and will first try it though, which would be cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, like that block will mean a lot for him. Because he has one wet blade, but the other 2 aren't very hard to find from what I remember. And same with the jar, like the pots. So I mean, he's got some progress on some other squares. So it's not looking like completely hopeless for him or anything like that.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Okay, this is looking very easy for Bushy.
Decent fight for sure. Decent fight. That should be his bell-bearing smithing 1, and then he can go ahead and buy all these smithing stones that he needs. Go for plus 12, and maybe go for incant. I don't know. He's probably not going to go for Ancestor Spirit at this point in time.
Yeah, no, I can't see him doing that. I can definitely see him doing incant only, or if he didn't even plan to do this line and was just baiting Zoodle, maybe he goes for some other Altus things or tree bosses. He's got a little bit of a start on tree bosses. With that damage, it shouldn't be too bad. On the bright side for Zoodle, now that he's down here, he could do Dragonkin Soldier pretty quickly and easily, so it's not like the worst thing in the world that he had to come down here.
Right, I agree.
Yeah. And is there anything else for down here? Finger Slayer Blade? That's not here,
right? Finger Slayer Blade is not here. No, it's after Radon.
Yes, after Mimic Tier. So that's a bit of a time sink. Not sure if they're thinking about that one. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's much else down here, but hey.
Yeah.
Wait, this isn't a Remembrance Ancestor Spirit, is it?
No, this one is not. And there is Bushy, by the way, with that smithing plus 12 on the finger seal, and then possibly going to go for incants now, as mentioned prior. Gonna go check with Corhin real quick. What spells does he have?
So Zoodle, he seems really angry about that, but I'm like, I would have expected he would have seen it coming a little bit at least. But yeah, I mean, yeah, you don't know what it's like when you were actually playing bingo. It's hard to tell.
I mean, it's because he was prepping so much, I guess, knowing that all that time was pretty much wasted at this point. Although it's still getting a plus 12 great stars would, I think, still be worth it. Even if the square is gone, still going for it, I think it's just fine.
So what happened to Ancestor Spirit? Did he get the flames and pour it out?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, he did. He definitely did get the all the bonfires activated because the message popped up. But I guess he just decided to go for some upgrades first.
Yeah, I don't think he got a grace down there.
I'm pretty sure he did.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay, I really hope he did. I didn't see it. I might have just missed it. That would be very good if he did.
Yeah,
so yeah, what does it look like? He's gonna go upgrade and then. Yeah, I guess he's going. I feel like he already has EG though. Yeah, from the Revenant Square.
Yeah. I'm not.
Maybe did he not get the grace by Revenant?
Maybe he was relying on the Stake of America in that case, I guess.
I think he.
No, he has it. No, he has it.
He has it.
Maybe he's going past this gazebo. There's another gazebo in the forest here that has some smithing 3s.
Okay, yeah, that would make sense. That would make sense. Do you know how far off he is for the plus 12?
I have
I mean,
not
I
been
guess he
keeping
needs a plus
track of his
12.
rocks. Yeah, I have no
Yeah,
idea.
yeah. There's too many. But yeah, the damage will help anyway, and at least he doesn't have the pressure to get all the way to 12 now.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't know if it's easy to do that, if he's gonna do it anyway, but at least he can just get a little more damage and then just go back down now. And Bushy is going for ever jails. Okay. Yeah, and there he is melting those bosses. Yeah. Very nice. Very, very good fight with the Dawn there.
Yeah, I'm not
And
sure
patiently waiting
exactly
for
what Bushy's planning. I think he's just still going for like a scatter shot type tactic where he just goes for the different squares that he likes.
I wonder if Bush or if Zoodle will see Bushy grab that forever jail square and then think, oh yeah, he is just baiting me. Maybe I don't need to do Ancestor Spirit. I mean, maybe he'll do it anyway just to get something on the board and he already has the progress on it. But I wonder if Zoodle will catch his bluff there. But to be fair, Bushy could just relatively quickly do those 2 squares. It's not like it's a Valiant Gargoyle or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm curious what they're both thinking. I don't know. Very, very interesting.
Honestly, still column 3, not the worst.
Yeah.
I mean, Finger Slayer Blade does take a while, but to be fair, you could still do Magnus, Elemer of the Briar, Cemetery Shades.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of different options.
I wonder if Zoodle would avoid Finger Slayer Blade because Bushy did Loretta, so Bushy has a head start on Finger Slayer Blade. And maybe he's thinking, I'm not going to put time into that because Bushy might already be doing it, and why would I put all that time for no reason? That's something that would go through my head. At least you got to think about what access people have to what at all points. So
yeah.
And what did he get his weapon up to there? Did anyone catch that?
Going for Ancestor Spirit now. And Bushy checking for Incancet again. Seeing if he can get anything better than Surge O Flame. Doesn't seem to be any options.
Okay, well, maybe this fight won't be very hard for him. Let's see how this goes.
Nah, it should be fine. Should be just fine.
Yeah, I bet you it'll be fine because you just said that, Domo.
What does that mean?
That means you're gonna curse him.
No, it's a really easy fight. It's a really easy fight.
Yeah, guys, it's really easy.
There's like a very short move set. I don't like expect anything crazy. Not as much damage as I expected, though. I'll be honest.
Okay, some nice dodges. He seems to know the fight relatively well. All right, Zoodle, don't panic. Don't panic.
I guess he just didn't have enough money. Okay.
I mean, it's not horrible. If he just stays consistent with what he's doing, it should be fine.
There we go. Nice stagger.
Nice.
Get a hit on the head.
Beautiful.
Riposte, please. Thank you.
Nice. Cool.
Very nice damage. Very nice damage. Okay. 2 more jumping R2s on the head should do it. And roll. Very nice.
Okay, wow, he's very clean with this.
Very nice fight.
Yeah, beautiful.
Wait for 1 more R1 here. Oh, does miss it. That's fine.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, there we go. I thought that was gonna be greed for a second there. First try, I think it was hitless. GG Zoodle. You all right, Domo. So you didn't curse him. Very lucky.
I told you it was easy.
Yeah, GG's for him, and Bushy's now thinking, I got him right where I want him.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what he's thinking.
At least Zoodle blocked off that line, and can kind of go back to what he was working on, which unfortunately was the Smithing Stone plus 12, but whatever. Can go work on the cracked pots or the wet blades. Not really the end of the world. Still pretty okay game. Zoodle does have some prep and some stuff that he could have Whereas Bushy doesn't. He kind of just seems like he's just doing whatever he feels like doing in that moment, without much prep.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's definitely still anyone's game. And how long are we in here? 57 minutes. Okay.
Reaching about an hour now.
Yeah, halfway through. I think it's still pretty even, regardless of what the board says.
It's kind of crazy though that we're an hour in and not a lot of squares have been claimed yet. It's still a very empty board for an hour.
But really good Margit fight here, and I bet you Zoodle is like, I mean, obviously he'll get the money here, and then I could see him going to Corrin and checking for the incants, seeing what Godric is gonna be like. Because I mean, at this point on Zoodle's end, it doesn't really look like Bushy's doing Godric with a certain weapon. I feel like he would have already done it if he was going to. If I was in Zoodle's position, that's what I would be thinking. So I feel like he probably feels comfortable enough to go put some time into that.
Looks like he's actually going to be doing fist weapons on Godric. He already pulled out the veteran's prosthesis. Doesn't want incants, just doesn't want anything to deal with that. And saves him some money and time to just go for veteran's prosthesis instead.
And that is the one that that guy dropped for him, right?
Yeah, the Bogart guy. Bogart.
Yeah, the guy who sells seafood.
Yeah. The crabs.
Yeah. Why is Zoodle yelling at this poor man here?
Because he's talking too much, I guess.
Yeah. Relatable. Oh my god, dude, that's like, you know that Godric is gonna have a speech. You know that this guy's gonna be talking. You know that Melena's gonna ask you to go to the round table. But every time you're in a stressful position and they're talking, you're like, oh my god, just stop talking. Okay,
does take an arrow to the chest there, but acts like it's nothing. Keeps walking forward.
No panic. Let's go.
I believe Bushy might be going for a Crucible Duo here, potentially, from like his pathing anyways.
Yeah. I was gonna say Everjills, but
no, Cemetery Shades. Actually, sorry.
You think Cemetery Shades?
Catacombs and Cemetery Shades. It's a combo square, both in column 3 and in column 5. So he's going to be going for both those Cemetery Shades.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, that looks good. And that halberd will probably be great against them too. Alright, Zoodle. So his weapons are +0. I don't know much about that one. Does it bleed? Does it do anything?
It's got lightning.
It's got lightning? Okay.
Yeah. It's the weapon that Commander Nile has in the mountaintops. The leg guy, the commander with the lightning leg.
Yeah. I recognize that. I thought he only had that post weapon, the flag.
Oh, he's got the flag and he's got the leg.
He's got the leg. Wait, this weapon is on his leg?
No. So the prosthesis we put on our hands, but he has as a leg.
So he does put it on his leg.
No, Zoodle doesn't put it on his leg.
No, the boss puts it on his leg.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I understand. Yeah, that sounds familiar. really smooth conversation there.
You know, we're just buying time until the boss fight. That's all.
Yeah, well, that's a great fight. So it does look like Bushy is going for. Wait a minute. No, Bushy can't do it. He activated Altus, hasn't he?
He does Radon to activate Finger Slayer Blade, and then does Duo afterwards.
Yeah. Okay.
Nothing
Makes
wrong
sense.
With that.
Yeah. Bushy isn't going for row 1, is he? I mean,
I don't know.
He probably could pretty easily. It's not extremely fast, but it's not the worst thing ever, especially if he knows how to fight Morgott. I mean, normally I would say it's a weird thing to do, but in this game, I kind of feel like it's not that weird if he's trying to rush row 1.
Not sure, but Zoodle here grabbing Wet Blades, by the way, and maybe grabbing Crackpots afterwards. He's going to Kala here.
Okay.
So this might be a good old 4 to 5 now, or very soon.
Yeah. And So yeah, Bushy didn't end up doing that Cemetery Shade. He's looking at Radon.
Yeah.
Which I'm curious about. I think if I were in his position, I would have done the Catacomb Dungeons and Cemetery Shades. But maybe the Radon is just more valuable due to Finger Slayer Blade if he is looking at row 1. What do you think?
I don't know anymore. I think he's just currently just going for squares that are giving him a bit of access to different things, just in case he needs to go for Finger Slayer Blade, just in case he needs to do other things beyond Radon. But I think this is just getting a remembrance and getting some prep, and getting access to Duo as well.
Yeah, maybe. All right, let's see how he does Radon here. I wonder if he'll do CBD's cheese. I want to see that again.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's a good question. I don't think anybody else will really do the cheese because no one else really practices that cheese.
Yeah.
But it would be kind of funny if people start doing it more often.
It is such a fascinating cheese. I want to learn that just to see Radon to act like that. It's so goofy.
Nice dodges here too. Should get the phase 1.5 here now. Oh, there we go. Charged R2s. Make sure to activate the extra attack here so you can get some more charged R2s off. Should get a stagger. There it is.
Nice, nice.
Goes for some more charged R2s and goes straight to phase 2.
Okay. Nice. He's looking very clean with that. If he does end up doing row 1, as much as it kind of takes a while, that would be a hard one for Zoodle to snipe.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be extremely surprised. To be fair, maybe, like, I mean, I guess they have an hour. You think he can do everything in an hour?
Oh, yeah. 100%. Just has to be careful. He did already kill Blue Loretta, by the way, so he already has a little bit of the Finger Slayer Blade section finished. Does get the kill on Radon, by the way. Very nice job. Very nice job.
Yeah. Very clean. I think that was hitless. No, he got smushed, but I think it was hitless other than that.
Yeah.
All right, and here's Zoodle at Jarberg. Hi, Jars.
Jarberg is so last cracked pots here.
Such a weird thing to have in a dark game like Elden Ring, but good for him for getting those cracked pots. Nice. Yeah, it's really hard to comment on what they're doing. I wonder if Zoodle will go for the Crucible, whatever. I don't really see why he would, just to pretend like he got that diagonal. I don't know.
No, but in this case, he is kind of starting to put some pressure on row or column 2 here once he gets this Godric kill. Then that's Godfrey and bosses with Tree in their name. So he is definitely creating some pressure here for Bushy now.
Yeah. However, he didn't kill Makar from what I remember. And Bushy, assuming Bushy is thinking row 1, Bushy has gold free in mind. So maybe it's a gold free race, which would be pretty cool.
Potentially. It looks like, Bushy now going for Margit as well, going into Stormvale. So he's trying to get a second remembrance here in case it turns into a gold-free race. He's getting a second remembrance just so he has access to the capital for that fight.
And unfortunately, Zoodle only has one remembrance after this. So, I don't know. I wonder, I'm curious what he's going to end up wanting to do. Oh, that damage. Oh, God.
Yeah.
And that doesn't bleed?
No.
Oh, you said it has electricity?
Yeah, you have to do the Ash of War, though. Which I'm not even sure if that's even useful in this case. That is a horrible weapon, though.
It sucks. It's just an endurance fight at this point. Godric isn't hard, but you need the patience for something like this, for sure. I mean, it's not, like, impossible, you know?
Does get a stagger here, though.
Yeah.
Margit is dead now for Bushy in this case.
Okay, that was nice damage. Is this is a somber weapon, right?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, I think it is. And I'm curious that he wouldn't upgrade it at all.
Because he's probably just using it for this fight and that's it, so he doesn't really want to waste the money. If you're going to use it for only one fight.
Yeah, I understand, but like, this feels kind of an important fight. But maybe he I don't know.
I'm not sure either, but I really wanted to use the Ash of War because I'm kind of curious as to how much damage that would do. I've never used it myself, but I definitely want to see it. Phase 2. Oh, no, that was a stagger. Never mind. Nice.
Yeah, that would have been a really early phase 2.
Into phase 2 now. There we go.
Okay. Don't stand there. One time I stood there and he just killed me in it.
There it is.
Oh.
That's the Ash of War anyways.
Okay. Well, he takes less damage in that stagger. I wonder what that would have looked like if he was just in regular.
Yeah. Same. Doesn't get the stagger here, sadly, on Godric. One more charged R2 should do it. Maybe a jumping R2.
Okay, if he doesn't panic, there we go. If he doesn't panic, this is looking really good for him. It's really not as bad as it looked like at first.
Yeah.
And yeah. Ooh.
Nice attacks here.
Wow, greedy little attack that worked out for him. Wow. And he's got some heals. It's looking okay. Yeah, Zuda looks like he knows this fight really well, so good for him. Oh, the wind fire is horrible.
Yeah, it's really annoying. He's getting a lot of good attacks in here, though. Does get another stagger, get some nice headshots on Godric as well. Nice little riposte.
Okay. I'm curious if Bushy will immediately just rush gold free after this, because he'll know Zoodle's plan, and I don't know if Zoodle knows Bushy's plan.
I'm not sure, but honestly, Zoodle could also go for Zoodle could go straight for Renala instead. He wouldn't have to go for Radon technically if he wants to rush gold free. That is.
Yeah, Renala with this damage would be so scary though.
Well, he switched to Great Mace. He wouldn't have to use this one.
Yeah, but I don't know. Still not super great, but not looking bad at all. Also, that's a very good play. Very very clean fight from Zoodle. Bushy is he just finished Margit and didn't kill Godric.
Nope. But he did get a small shield here for DTS cheese potentially.
Okay.
And now Zoodle back underground going for Dragonkin Soldier potentially.
Yeah, so here's the problem with that gold free thing to us. I mean, to be honest, I don't even really know what Bushy's doing. I can only guess that he would like to do gold free at some point. But to Zoodle, Bushy had already baited him like twice already. So Zoodle's probably like, I'm just gonna go do what I think is best for me, I guess.
Yeah, I think Zoodle's kind of taking an approach that Bushy is, which is just trying to block every single bingo and then try to move on to other things. So he's trying to create some pressure now for Bushy in this case. But Bushy not really taking the bait because I think Bushy realizes now with that claim with the daggers, claws, and fists only, that is Zoodle's first remembrance, and he could have two. So he's like, all right, you know what? I don't really have to like rush that. I have Altus priority. I already have Radon done. I have Stormveil prepped for Godric. Let me go do Fingerslayer Blade first, and then I can go do gold free into Morgott because then I don't have to keep going back and forth. So I think Bushy's prepping for a row 1 bingo here.
Okay. Yeah, I can definitely see that. All right, I'm curious how this fight will go. This Dragonkin isn't too bad if you just kind of stay behind his leg. And Zoodle seems to definitely have practiced his fights, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Bushy is on his way to the Fingerslayer Blade. You did mention a skip to the Fingerslayer Blade that I haven't seen, but just based on who Bushy is, I feel like he might be doing that.
I'm not sure. It's kind of a niche skip. I don't think a lot of people really go out of their way to learn skips. Bushy did mention that he doesn't really care for a lot of the skips.
Okay.
So I don't know if we will see it from him or not. Nice headshots here from Zoodle, though. Doesn't get the riposte, but does get the bleed proc. Just has to make sure it doesn't get hit. Very nice. Nice jump
really
here,
good
too.
Jump there, yeah.
Just got to be careful not to get hit here, but getting some really nice hits in. Nice roll. Oh, yeah, that's the one thing on Dragonkin. It's like really annoying. The chest area is like really hard to hit. There's like a fake hitbox there where you just can't hit anything. It's just empty.
Yeah.
Kind of like with the Erdtree avatars with fist weapons. The same with Dragonkin.
So it's the worst.
Going for the legs is definitely way easier.
Yeah, I agree. That Erdtree avatar thing is so annoying. The Reduvia is bad one on that too for that reason.
Yeah. Nice dodges though by Zoodle here. Here's another stagger, I believe. Yep. So that's going to be a kill here. Dragonkin.
Really nice fight.
What does he get?
Yeah, good for you, Zoodle. Really clean fight. Let's see what he's cooking up now. But she doesn't look concerned. Zoodle is in the lead, kind of like he is, but like Bushy's row 1 is looking spicy. Once he gets that Finger Slayer blade, Zoodle needs to get a great rune, a second great rune.
Looks like that Zoodle is going for tree bosses now since he's going for that watchdog. He's trying to go for watchdogs into tree bosses is my assumption. Trying to force gold free onto Bushy. And in this case, it would be a good play if Bushy didn't have row 1 already in his favor. Because right now Bushy has whole priority on all of row 1 already. So trying to force something onto Bushy that he's going to be doing anyways is maybe not the best move here.
Yeah, that sucks a little bit. I wonder why Zoodle isn't trying to prioritize blocking row 1. I mean, like Bushy is baiting, but I feel like you still have to think a little bit about, this is still viable for him.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, not only is it viable for Bushy, but gold free, Zoodle needs gold free. So curious why he's not prioritizing that. There's multiple reasons why you would want to, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I wonder if Zoodle maybe thinks that Bushy's doing something else and he won't have time to do gold free, and so Zoodle might as well try and do a majority situation. But yeah, he still has to block row 1. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I think, well, he doesn't know that Bushy did Radon, by the way, which is another thing. You know, he does know that he took Raya's hand to Volcano Manor, so he does have Alta's access. He knows that much. But there's nothing on the board indicating that Bushy ever did Radon, or even Godric for this case. So he probably thinks he's got priority on Remembrances and is like, hey, you know what? If you want to go do Gold Free, go do 2 Remembrances right now. I'm going to go do Watchdogs instead, you know? But
yeah, so I'm curious what Zoodle's reaction will be once he sees that Bushy has the Finger Slayer blade. That's 100% just letting you know he's already done that, and he has Altus available, and he also has 2 great runes. Well, actually, no, he doesn't have 2 great runes. But I mean, Godric is pretty quick, so
yeah,
I feel like you should assume that he has done Godric, even if he hasn't, just because he can just beat that really quickly. So yeah. Ooh, I don't know. This is scary. It's really still anybody's game. It depends a lot on what's about to happen with Zoodle and that Finger Slayer blade once Bushy gets that.
Zoodle is going now for Bernal, I believe, grabbing that Parry Ash of War for DTS. So he's definitely thinking about it. Never mind, he rode right past it. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'll be honest, I'm lost at this point.
It's 2 gamers who just do kind of whatever.
Is he
hey,
going
that
for...
looks nice. Let me try that.
Yeah, maybe he's going for... I thought he was going to go for the medium shield here. Ran past that too.
Okay.
Catacombs? He's going for Catacombs. Okay, he's going for the Black Knife Assassin Catacomb here.
Why would you go for that one? Is there a reason? I feel like that might be kind of a tough one, but maybe that's just
column
me.
5.
Right, but why that Catacomb specifically?
Because it's a fast one, I guess, in this case, and he just wants to block column 5 to stop Bushy from doing any other bingos, I guess.
Okay, fair enough. Black Knight Assassins are scary to me. I feel like I would have prioritized that duelist one, but hey, maybe Zoodle is confident in this, and that's totally cool.
Well, this one isn't too bad either because it's like the least scary version of the Black Knife Assassins because it has already like a good chunk of health missing. So he doesn't have to deal with a full health bar, and it doesn't have any of the like super crazy attacks. It doesn't have the jump attack. It doesn't have the grab attack. Or maybe it does have the grab attack, but it doesn't have some of the other attacks that the other Black Knife Assassins have. So it's a very timid Black Knife Assassin.
Oh my god, what Bushy? If I'm not mistaken, Bushy looks like he's going to set up for gold free go get Finger Slayer Blade. Let Zoodle know I have Finger Slayer Blade. Zoodle's gonna be like, shoot, I need to go kill Goldfree, and Bushy will just immediately kill Goldfree. Very, very, very smart play on Bushy's end. That is a sad for Zoodle, but very smart on Bushy's end.
Nice damage from Zoodle here.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. That's 2 Catacombs. Bushy going for the DTS cheese here now. Oh, misses the punch though.
1?
What?
Oh god, does Zoodle see row 1? Yeah, I guess he's going for Renala.
Yeah, he's going for the Renala now. Renala Remembrance.
Yeah. Okay. Woo! I don't know. Oh god, I don't know.
Which is bad in this case because then he doesn't have access to Finger Slayer Blade. So if he loses Goldfree to Bushy, he pretty much loses row 1. Yeah. Unless Bushy goes for Goldfree, Zoodle sees that, keeps going for Morgott. Bushy thinks he doesn't have to go for Morgott, pivots back to Finger Slayer Blade, goes for Finger Slayer Blade, and then Zoodle gets Morgott's Great Ruin. He gets the snipe pretty much on row 1. He's got to be careful here, though.
Which is possible.
He's being very
oh my gosh
ballsy with that, trying to dodge Moongroom.
Look at his face. He knows he is. Oh gosh.
Jesus.
But yeah, I agree with what you said. It would take a lot of things to work out in Zoodle's favor. But it is possible. I mean, I don't think the game is for sure over yet.
Yeah.
Especially Bushy with that there. Zoodle just needs to stay calm here and fight how he knows how to, and hopefully try and get Morgott. I don't know. I assume he's not gonna go Finger Slayer Blade because why would he, I guess? I don't know. Just having to fight a whole nother boss just sucks. And then a whole nother boss also. Yeah, the damage is okay, especially with the bleed. And Renala faced 2 staggers easily too. Or like at least stumbles, right? You can break poise pretty easily.
And yeah, looks like that Bushy is prepping Finger Slayer Blade quest now. He has DTS prepped and done. He does have Finger Slayer Blade all the way to downstairs. The interesting thing is that this will be Zoodle's second remembrance, and then he can just go straight to DTS into...
Oh, God. Yeah, that's not fun.
That is one hell of an invasive student there.
Yeah.
Evasive, not invasive.
Yeah. And it sucks because you wanna lock on, but there's like a million things that your camera's gonna lock on to.
Yeah. And jumping R2, very nice. Another charged R2. I can't see anything with that laser. Jesus.
Yeah, I mean the damage is there.
Very
it's not
nice.
The best damage in the world, but that's oh god. Okay, that's really nice.
And there's the bleed now.
Yeah. Okay, that I stand corrected.
Like just smacks the hell out of her. She can't even summon. There's another stagger. There we go.
Dude, maybe Zoodle can pull off Goldfree actually, because Bushy is. I thought Bushy had already done the Ronnie stuff. I mean, not like this is gonna take that much time, but I don't know. I think Zoodle potentially has a chance of pulling off Goldfree if he just.
He needs a small shield with parry though to do DTS cheese. If he wants to be fast at it, anyways.
Yeah. So the fun thing about what, and by fun I mean the bad part about what Zoodle is doing, or what Bushy is doing. Sorry. It's great. It's great to have all these things prepped and set up, and boom, boom, boom. The other person won't know what's coming. That's cool and all. However, that is such a risky play because Zoodle could grab those at any moment, and like you can only play so smart until it just becomes, oh my gosh, like stop doing that.
Here's the problem though, is that he hasn't even beaten Makar yet. Bushy is on his way to Finger Slayer Blade right now. By the time Zoodle gets to, well, actually, you know what? This might still be in Zoodle's favor. Because he definitely is gonna have a decent amount of damage here on Makar. Gets good RNG here. Doesn't get the running from Makar. It just gets the normal. Okay, never mind. As soon as Finger Slayer Blade from Bushy though. And then he still has to kill Godric, and then he ports back.
Ooh. Ooh,
So,
which
like,
which won't take him that long to kill Godric, to be fair. Wait, didn't Bushy already get in? No, he didn't. He had the wall blocked off. Yeah, that's right. That's
yep,
right.
yep.
But he did already kill Margaret. Like, does he have the grace before Godric? Do we know? Does anyone remember?
No, he does not. He didn't go through Stormvale Castle.
Okay. Okay, so I mean that
Nice
still won't take him
damage.
very long, but it's still something. And Zoodle is looking great
stagger.
here.
Nice
Oh, beautiful stagger.
R1,
Yeah.
R1, R1. Very nice.
Nice.
Altus
Okay.
access acquired, which is huge. I hope that's
Okay, cool.
the right way.
And Bushy doesn't know because there's nothing on the board about this, so that's lovely for Zoodle.
So in this case,
Yeah.
now Zoodle can literally just take his time getting to DTS and everything. Bushy does not do the Finger Slayer blade skip, by the way. Still on his way to Finger Slayer, and then still has to go for Godric.
Yeah.
This is like a 6-minute time sink for Bushy here right now. That gives Zoodle enough time to even get to DTS, get into the capital now because he's got 2 remembrances, and then go for Goldfree.
Oh my gosh, dude. If Zoodle first tries DTS, sorry, Siri. If Zoodle first tries DTS, that is huge for him. And then, yeah, okay, Zoodle, don't panic. Go get Goldfree, and yeah, Bushy has no idea what Zoodle is doing, but she does know that Zoodle has a great rune though. Only 1. He doesn't know that he has 2.
Zoodle does see now that he's got Finger Slayer blade now. He just marked it, yeah.
Yes, and he is not changing his path. He's doing the absolute right thing. Yeah, I think Zoodle, I feel like Zoodle might assume that Bushy has Godric. And Bushy actually does have Disgrace, which isn't the closest one, but it is still
decent,
closer than having to do the whole run.
Yeah.
And I wonder why he pulled that elevator and went around.
I think he realized that this way is just faster after he pulled the lever.
Okay, interesting. But yeah, a lot of this I think will depend on. I kind of feel like this is still in Bushy's favor, but it'll depend on RNG on both of them and how the bosses treat them. If DTS will be a first try, and what Godric will give him.
Yeah. Zoodle should not be stopping for Graces at this point, but he doesn't know either that it's like a really tight race. So, okay, here's the Godric fight now. This should be a pretty fast fight, I think.
I think so too.
But let's see.
I feel like if you play this right, you could maybe even one-phase this with the damage she has.
No, because like the transition like just blocks so much damage, or like
yeah, I guess you're right.
So much. It will be a lot though, for sure.
That's a lot of damage, yeah.
Oh, gotta be careful here.
Okay. The damage is nice. The damage is definitely there.
Stagger. This is huge. Take the repose. He does take the repose here, so this is gonna be very, very nice for phase 2.
Wow, nice damage there.
Yeah, very, very nice for sure.
Oh wow, really, really short little phase 2 he'll have. Bushy does also have to wade through the monologue at the end. I mean, I don't think it'll save it, but
no, yeah, it's like another like 6 seconds though at the very least. So still gives Zoodle a little bit more time. But Zoodle still has to take care of DTS. Bushy already has DTS finished, so he does have a really big head start here when it comes to Goldfree.
So he gets Goldfree, they both have to go for Morgott. I don't. What are you looking confused about?
He's going for upgrades. What is he doing? Oh, he is upgrading. Okay, never mind.
If it ends up being I mean, it'll get down to Morgott, right? The Great Rune. Either way.
I think so.
So, I mean, that's still 3 more bosses, right? And bosses have RNG. People can die. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll definitely see. And maybe in this case, Bushy. I mean, Bushy doesn't really do capital skip. He says he doesn't like it. But Zoodle might be doing capital skip, and we saw in the Zoodle trailer that he did get it like down 4 times in a row. So
wow. Okay.
that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, he needs to first try this DTS cheese though.
Yeah. Does that shield have parry on it? That small shield that he has? I think it does.
I'm not sure. I saw the chat saying he did have a parry on that.
I think it's the perfumer's shield, from what I can tell.
The other thing to point out though, like, okay, hear me out here. Maybe Bushy doesn't even want to do Morgott Great Rune, because Morgott Great Rune sometimes feels like one of those Valiant Gargoyle, like you go do this while I go do majority or whatever kind of things. Maybe Bushy doesn't even care. And then if Zoodle kills Goldfree, he'll be able to get that.
Yeah, maybe.
So I feel like Bushy would do it, but I've definitely seen people ignore Morgott's Great Rune just because it's such an annoying square to get. Maybe he'll get it because it is the last one in his row. But we'll see, I guess.
Oh, I think Zoodle left a little too soon here. He might get lightning struck.
Oh,
Boom.
yeah.
He's got to move. He's got to move in closer. He got to pull back aggro here. Oh, and it resets. Yeah, you have to wait till he gets a little bit closer. Otherwise, he just goes straight into the electric attacks instead. The AI just realizes you're too far away, pretty much, and then just starts going for long range stuff.
Oh god, this cheese is so scary to me. It feels hard to pull off. It was like, DTS, I'm right here.
Zoodle yelling at a horse. It doesn't speak English.
Do you should we get some Zoodle audio here?
Sure, yeah, let's go for it.
Man!
That's what I would say.
That's what I expected as well.
It's the good old man.
Oh, Zoodle, don't freak out, Zoodle. Second time's the charm. I feel like I was saying earlier, like that Morgott situation, if Bushy doesn't go for Morgott, I feel like... But to be fair, Zoodle does have more squares on the board, so maybe Bushy will just do Morgott just to get it over with.
Bushy about to die to a Lanedale Archer here, blasting lightning arrows. Just going to take a quick sip out of his great arrow.
Ah, darn. Ooh, that parry.
Yeah.
Scary one.
It's a tough cheese.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to practice it. I actually have never pulled it off. I've done the parry, but the hardest part for me is when I hit him in his back after the parry, he doesn't go forward. I don't know if that's about too slow, not enough damage. I don't know.
Sometimes some of the weapons are too slow. That's why you use the hand instead, and you gotta make sure to like literally hit the butt in the back, because that's like pushing it forward in that case.
Okay.
Right there. Yep.
All right.
He's got it.
Did he get him off? Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Zoodle, GG's. Go get him. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, a lot of stuff can happen because Bushy still does have that Morgott square. If it was Goldfree as the last one, Bushy's obviously very ahead. It's not over till it's over, though.
It'd be very weird if Bushy pivoted off of Goldfree and then went for a different squares after that.
Yeah, I agree that it would be weird, but I mean, it's not the first weird thing we've ever seen in Bingo.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's very true.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if we get a good old capital skip here from Zoodle, by the way, who's been practicing this.
All right, Zoodle, come on.
For quite some time. It's going to go
first try action.
Take a good old right turn here in a second. Also, Bushy making his way over to Goldfree, getting past all the plant people. There we go. Does he grab the grace? He sure does.
Yeah, I think it makes sense to grab it, I think.
And attempt number 1 for Zoodle. Here we go. And boom. He's a gamer. He is a gamer. Look at that. Look at that.
Oh my gosh. I thought that was crazy at first, but that was clean. Zoodle.
Gaming.
GG's, dude. And Bushy here with his first attempt on gold free. His damage is high and his health bar is big, so don't really see this going wrong for him. Yeah.
Nice little strafing here from Bushy. Gets a nice charged R2 off. Another jumping R1. Should get another stagger here soon, I believe. One more R1 should do it. Oh, right now? How about now? Oh, he's dead.
All right, GG's. He got that, and Zoodle's now thinking, oh god, I have to go fight Morgott. Yeah, I bet you that's what he's saying there.
Bushy is going for Morgott, it looks like, or at least grabbing the Grace. Holy moly, are we loading? Hold on a second.
Zoodle is having some problems on that night. Oh my god, I thought Zoodle's character was just fully naked.
It's just crazy. A mod that he's using, yeah. Called Buns Out. Got a nice spell here on the bed. That is a legendary incant, I believe.
Okay, so he's... Yeah, I guess he's gonna just go get Morgott. We'll see what happens with, Maybe he first tries it. Maybe he gets a Morgott incident. Let's see. No curses either way from my end.
It will definitely be a nice bingo, though, especially with having it be gold free and Morgott's Great Rune in this case, which are very late game squares. Should be a decent fight, though. Still tanky, but
yeah,
should be a decent
fight.
Yeah,
it's not like it's like completely a free melt Morgott kind of situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I was saying, Bushy, I think, knows bosses pretty well.
Nice strafes there. Yeah, very, very nice.
Gorgeous.
Should get the stagger, then it gets the riposte. After this riposte, there's going to be the shower attack, which you can stagger him out of with the charged R2. Should be right now. Oh, never mind. He canceled out of it completely.
It's flexing a little bit.
Gotta be careful here because of that. Goes for another charged R2. Very nice. That is phase 2 now on Morgott.
Oh my gosh, yeah, Bushy is really good at Morgott fighting. That is crazy. Hitless so far.
Should get a stagger here if he... Oh, he's gotta be careful. I'd have honestly greeted another charged R2 just for a stagger personally, but playing it safe is probably a good way.
Playing safe is okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, Morgott is so cool, dude.
Yeah, it's a really cool boss fight. I just wish he was a little bit
fight is so cool.
Harder, to be honest. Like, he is a little free.
No. Yeah, I mean, he's free if all you do is practice Morgott. I mean, to be fair, I don't really struggle on Morgott that much either, just because eventually you kind of learn how the delays work and stuff. But
nice riposte. Yeah.
But I for the average person, I wouldn't say Morgott's free. But GG's to Bushy. No hit, by the way. Really, really clean fight. Good for him. And here is Zoodle.
Very nice stagger here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the damage definitely is not bad for a smithing plus 12. Great stars.
Did he end up getting it to 12?
That's a good question. I think he did, but I'm not 100% sure. I
don't know if he did. Oh, okay, maybe he did. But yeah, I mean...
We do get to see possibly both of them fight Morgott, though, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It looks like that Bushy's going for a different grace for the capital door. Oh, that was a little scary.
Oh, Zoodle, don't do this.
Little scary, but he does get the hits in here. There should be another stagger. Okay. There we go. Riposte.
Nice,
and after this, one more R1 should do it. There we go. Very nice.
Yeah. I think Zoodle needed Bushy to struggle on Morgott.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know that. I I mean, he knows that actually. He just saw him be gold free, so yeah, he knew that.
Yeah. But I mean, like, still struggling on Morgoth would be kind of huge for him if that happened for Bushy, anyways.
Yeah. Maybe he'll struggle on Fell Twins. Maybe he'll first try Fell Twins. I don't know. I feel like Fell Twins, I mean, I don't really fight them that often. I don't know if I've ever fought them in a casual playthrough. A vanilla Elden Ring. I don't know at all what their moveset is. I know that they look kind of weird. They look kind of like Morgoth, right?
A little
faces.
bit, somewhat. They're also omens, yeah. They're not too difficult. They have 80 poise. You can kind of bully them, to be honest.
Okay.
You can kind of knock them out of a lot of their attacks, so they're not too crazy.
Okay, yeah. With this weapon too, he's probably feeling pretty confident.
Yeah. And he is committing to the Morgoth's Great Rune, by the way. So.
Yeah, I mean, as he should, in my opinion. Why would you not at this point in time?
Yeah.
But I mean, regardless of what happens,
Okay, let's see Zoodle's Morgoth fight here. He should get a jump attack. Hopefully, he does. Very nice RNG. Definitely not the same damage. Yeah.
Yeah, regardless of what happens, like a showcase of Zoodle's skills that he's been practicing and that he just got thrown into the competition. Really, really great game from him today.
Oh yeah, 100%. I agree.
Yeah, I hope he feels good about how he played, win or lose.
Oh, he does not get the shower cancel. Very nice fight, though, from him, though.
Mm-hmm.
Does have a lot of the dodges down. There we go. Phase 2 from him now. Gets a nice little bleed proc, too.
Yeah.
Makes his way through the showers. Oh, does get hit by one of the geysers, though. Gets pissed on.
A little bit of a baboosh for Zoodle there.
Yeah.
Okay, and there's Bushy with the Fell Twins.
As you can see, yeah, they just get bullied out of their attacks if you have a strong enough weapon. Yeah.
What is the lore of those? Do you have like a quick version of the lore of those guys?
Of the twins specifically, no idea necessarily, but these are pretty much seen as like, what would you call them? Not monsters, but they're seen as like abhorrent creatures that have like a disease. That's why most of them are in the sewers, is because the people above didn't really like them.
Yes.
It seemed like as like a curse, pretty much.
Okay.
That's all I really know.
Okay. Interesting that they put you in the dark for it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is all about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Zoodle playing it risky, I absolutely respected there. Cool. I mean, let me just wait till he gets this last hit off. Oh.
Throwing crystal darts at him just to make sure it gets away.
Yeah, I would have done the same thing. GG's really, really nice first try from Zoodle. He looks happy about that. But really, really nice fight.
Definitely. And this is going to be Bushy going up the tower now, going to be claiming Morgoth's Great Rune. And that will be GG's in this case.
That will be GG's. I mean, well played on both ends. Really messy at the beginning, like.
Yeah, it was
not in a disrespectful way, but like neither one of us could tell what they were ever thinking or doing. I don't even know if they knew what they like. They kind of looked like they weren't planning. They were just like, this looks nice. Let's do this.
Yeah, the Royal Revenant back and forth just was like a really weird pick. I feel like
that was weird.
Yeah,
I can't wait to ask them why they did that. They both. Like, Zoodle obviously lost that square, but I wonder why either of them contested it. Like, such a weird one to go for. I wonder if Bushy just, like, thought... I don't remember what the board looked like at that point, but maybe Bushy just wanted to block off that square from Zoodle. I mean, that row from Zoodle. I don't know. That's the only reason I would see to do that.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. It just seemed maybe like an easy block to go for that
Yeah.
kill as like a singular boss kill rather than having to do like a collection or anything like that. But yeah, he's at the top of the tower now. Gonna run over and restore the Great Rune. And 3, 2, 1, boom.
Yep, there it is.
Bingus for Bushy.
Oh, yeah, there we go. GG's for Bushy. Really close
GG's.
game though. Yeah, look at Zoodle. It was that close. It was really, really close.
That was a great first match, especially for Zoodle.
Yep.
This being his first match in Bingo Brawlers, and then having to face Bushy is definitely pretty tough.
Yeah, really, really impressed by Zoodle's gaming today. Like, I mean, Bushy as well. Both showcased really good skills with like bosses and stuff here, with bad weapons especially. But because it was Zoodle's first game, very, very well played by him as well.
All right, they're both ready for a post interview. I'm gonna bring in Bushy first. Welcome in, Bushy. GG's, man. GG's.
Hi, congrats, dude.
Yeah, thank you.
That was a interesting match overall, man. How do you feel about it overall?
Yeah, I feel really good. I saw, I don't know, a couple squares in, I saw the row 1 idea as well as the column 4 idea. Obviously, I couldn't find any good incans for a while, so I wasted a bit of time going for that. But generally the plan, it went about as to plan.
Gotcha. Okay. We had a little bit of a question between the Royal Revenant here that both you and Zoodle were kind of going for in the early game. Any real reason why you just kind of decided to go for that square?
So I really like the look of Loretta because it was a diagonal.
Yeah.
And I was accounting for him to get imbued sword keys, and that diagonal was a little bit scary. So I was like, all right, we want Loretta, and I was like, okay, Loretta's right there, Royal Revenant's right there. Royal Revenant's a little bit faster, so I'm gonna go for that first.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, that makes sense, I guess.
Just because it's on the way type of a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I liked both of the squares, and I figured, you know, go for them in order. If I end up getting sniped off of Loretta, okay.
Yeah.
You still go 1 and 1, right?
That's super fair. That's super fair. And did you ever? I'm assuming you were looking at column 5 maybe at some point, or sorry, column 4 at some point with the Ancestor Spirit, or was that just keeping it open just to buy some time for other stuff?
Oh no, I definitely liked column 4. I was never planning on actually going for it. I was planning on getting 4 squares and forcing Ancestor and then going for row 1, but getting that 4th square, there was no good incans anywhere.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. So you were looking at row 1, so pretty early on. Is that what you'd say?
Yeah, I think, yeah. When I started going for Makar, the Ruin Precipice, I saw the Smithing Stone plus 12. It was going to make that a little bit cheaper. And I was thinking maybe combo that into the Remembrance boss with incants only. And I obviously won the Limgrave with a +0 weapon. And so at that point, with just 1 square on the bingo, I was like, oh, yeah, that's quite the progression bingo there. I don't think if I win those 2 easy squares, he would really be able to develop into those late game squares as efficiently as I would.
Yeah, gotcha. That's super fair. That's super fair. Were there any other lines maybe that you were considering beyond row 1 at some point, or was it just like row 1 from the very get-go? Was there any other columns maybe that were, or rows that were had your interest?
I mean, you know me, I always play for majority right at the very beginning and let a couple squares get marked to determine what the bingo threats are.
Yeah.
But just based off of the early game squares that I saw, row 4 is kind of threatening. It never really became relevant during the game, but
yeah.
Surprisingly,
Cracked Pots was definitely on the board a little bit longer than I expected. And we saw that you didn't start with the Cracked Pots as a keepsake as well. I'm assuming you just didn't really care for that. You weren't really eyeballing that from the beginning, or maybe you didn't see it. But I'm assuming.
I'm pretty sure I literally didn't see it. But either way, I don't think I would have taken the Cracked Pot keepsake anyway.
Fair enough. Gotcha. It looks like Zoodle is ready, by the way. I'm going to bring in Zoodle as well. We'll talk a little bit about post game here too. Then, welcome in Zoodle. GG's, man.
GG's, dude. Super well played for a first game.
Thank you.
Yeah, GG, Zoodle.
Thank you. Yeah, GG's, Bushy. That was pretty good.
How does it feel getting your first Bingo Brawlers match in?
Pretty good. I was stressed all day. Because pretty late, right?
Yeah, I got you.
It was really nice. I had a lot of fun while in the match.
Well, that's good. That's good. Did you have any specific strategies in mind when you went into the match? Did you want to like force a bingo right away, or were you just going for like a scatter shot type strategy in the beginning?
More like scattered. Unfortunately, my Royal Revenant didn't work out at all.
Mhm.
I felt very comfortable with that and practicing, but today it just didn't work out. And for some reason, okay, hear me out, everyone. Okay, hear me out. That great stars in randomizer is great, but for bingo is absolute fucking trash.
Yeah.
Holy shit! That thing did no damage on +12. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it wasn't.
Wait,
I mean, it was
yeah.
decent. The bleed wasn't too bad, but the overall base damage is not that great.
Yeah. I thought the bleed also procs maybe, like I thought, with Stagger on the R1s, maybe
Yeah.
on Magnus, whatever.
Mhm.
But did no damage on +12.
I got you.
Yeah. That being said, though, like you with the low weapons that you had, like that was pretty impressive still. And for both of you, just so you know, like it ended up being really, really close to that Morga. I mean, maybe a little less with the Morga just because of the run to the Great Rune, but it was a lot closer than it might feel for either of you. I'm not sure.
How close was the Godfrey? I definitely knew he could be close, so I was a little bit concerned.
I was in Avenue.
Okay.
I was quite far away. It was like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like maybe if you had died, Bushy, he would have gotten that from you. It wasn't like the closest thing ever, but close enough for it to be relevant, I think. Yeah,
When
I was
did
one.
you start going for it, Zoodle?
So pretty late. The thing is, I was pretty behind with everything, and I focused on blocking, and I didn't see that row 1 works out so well with each other with Loretta, Finger Slayer Blade into Godfrey into Morga. I didn't see that. I think I saw that when I blocked every column and thought of, okay, now I need to block more to catch up. And then I realized, oh shit, that works out really well. And yeah, that then after Catacombs, I started going there.
Okay.
Yeah, and then sadly, I think Zoodle died to Tree Sentinel 3 times. I think if he would have gotten a first try, he would have definitely been way closer on Goldfree. It would have been possibly you both in the same fight at the same time.
Yes, totally.
So that sadly happened. But overall, though, it was a really, really solid performance from both of you.
Yeah.
And
I was hoping that Zoodle, you would have in your case, like it would have been cool to see the Smithing Stone +12, which it looks like you knew that that's what you wanted as well, and you had been planning for it. But that Bushy getting that really hurt you because you had a convenient Smithing Stone weapon. So that is definitely something to note too. That square was pretty close and ended up kind of not working out for Zoodle, but obviously working out very well for Bushy.
Yeah, that square was very important. That diagonal was terrifying.
Was there any specific bingo line that you're looking at, by the way, Zoodle, besides the diagonal, before that got sniped away from you?
Row 3, the diagonal, and column 2.
Okay. Yeah. Column 2 seemed like a really, really good pick. After you started like acquiring some different squares. Especially after getting Godric with the Veteran's Prosthesis, which, by the way, was kind of disappointing on the damage as well. I was hoping it would deal a little bit more damage.
Yeah, these things are trash, right? Like, does lightning and does nothing. Am I right?
Yeah, it wasn't as great as I hoped it would be. But I was hoping you'd use the Ash of War just maybe a little bit more, because I was curious how much damage it would do. But I know that like it's a huge wind up to even use that. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, overall, I mean, still like a lot of good picks on squares. Like you went for a lot of squares that weren't contested, which I think is a good thing. So you don't have to like race for every single option that you're going for. So that was really cool to see that you both went for pretty much different squares and try to get your own ground on the board.
Yeah, at the beginning, it really seemed like you guys didn't really care about what each other were doing. But yeah, I mean, you guys did bosses really well. A lot of clean bosses. Bushy, that hitless Morgott was extremely impressive. Your damage was good, but I mean, so were the strafes and the dodges. Really, really well fought. And you needed to have a clean fight on Morgott. I think if you had died or if you had trouble on it, Zoodle could have caught up on that. So really, really well fought for you. And Zoodle, I mean, for you also first tried Morgott, super well fought. Just really, really impressive boss fights on both ends. So GG's to both of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yo, did you see that Leandel skip?
We did. We did. We even zoomed in on you.
Zoodle, that was super, super good. You were so confident. You just full force went into that. Really well done, man. Really good work for both of you.
But with that being said, GG's to both of you guys. Thanks for stopping in, and I wish you best of luck next week.
Not to Zoodle.
All right, now.
Wait, what?
Is Zoodle playing next week?
Oh, is he not?
No, he is.
Am I not?
So yeah, Domo, why didn't you say good luck to Zoodle?
I said to both, did I not?
No, you said just Bushy.
I'm sorry, I meant both of you guys. I'm sorry.
You, Zoodle. Domo might not care, but I care. Good luck, Zoodle. Wish you the best.
Thank you, Boggy. Thank you.
Well, that being said, have a good one, guys. All right, see you guys next week. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye. Love you. Bye-bye.
All right. Woo! All right. Well, that was a hell of a weekend.
That was fun. A lot of really, really cool stuff this weekend. A lot of different games, different skills, different... Like, what I'm impressed about, like, everyone is so good. There's no one that's, like, significantly worse. I kind of feel like every single player is a threat. And, in Zoodle now, like... Maybe you would have expected him to be the weakest because he's new or whatever, but Zoodle, incredibly powerful competitor as well. I can't wait to see what comes from him. And just, I am so impressed by everyone's skills this season. Like, GG's to everyone, whoever wins or loses. I literally have no clue. I could not even guess who would be in the finals at this point. Like, everyone is just so good.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. But with that being said, though, guys, it is the end of the day. I'm going to say quick thanks to everyone that's been, chipping in for the prize pool at $4,144, which is insane. We're pretty much almost at our goal. We're just missing a good old $800. But only 3 weeks into the season, by the way, which is insane. So thank you everyone that has been chipping in for the prize pool. Like I said, everything goes towards the players. So for everyone on screen, thank you very much. For me and from everybody else in Bingo Brawlers, thank you for contributing to the prize pool. And with that being said, man, shout out to Parky, by the way, for the weekend commentating. Her taking the time to help out with that and doing a great job with that as well. So thank you very much, Parky, for offering your weekend to us.
Yes, thank you guys for having me. I had so much fun, and I'm so glad that people had fun with me being here as well. And I will be back the week before the last week, like the final week of round robin. I can't wait. And yeah, it's been really real